Hi guys, welcome to episode 168 of the Emergency Storage Shed Cleanout series. I'm Chris, the Ultimate Recycler. Let's go and see what we've got to do today. It's getting empty. I thought we'd start filming just out the front door today because then we get to walk all the way down here. So we are making massive progress. We're emptying out this side. We've got a wall of boxes here. There's not far to go to the back wall. I think you should be able to see it from there. A couple of things I've put back here, the cooler, because now we're into the cooler months. I don't need a fan, and that's a little evaporative cooler as well. It works great. It's handy in my little workshop, but I don't need it, so I can stay there probably for another 6 months. That's the last microwave I've got floating around for repair, and I am waiting for a magnetron for that one. So I hope to keep repairing microwaves, even though they're not really worth it, and I don't know how I'll go selling them once we don't have the shop anymore. We've emptied a lot of boxes from this wall, and they've been really good boxes. There's been lots of value come out of them, lots of interesting stuff. We have some more to go down there. But I did say we will work our way back along this shelf. And a lot of the stuff on this shelf from here on, I've actually put back here after starting this series. They've come from various spots that I thought that might be handy. We might keep that one day or use that one day. There's a couple of various tools and things. There's a boombox I've got to fix. There's a linisher there that I was going to use. But look, I might sell it. I think I can always buy stuff when I need it later on once the workshop is organised. I think this is a first aid kit. I'm not sure if there's anything in it, but I'll get that down. We'll probably sell that. I had a suspicion that was a projector, but I'm not sure. Don't know what's in the kettle box. I'm pretty sure it's not a kettle. And I did put this box here the other day because I found these old medical supplies in a recent video, I think, and I thought that would be really cool to go in a vintage medicine chest and then sell it as a kit in the shop. So hopefully we can get rid of at least those two items today. I'm not sure if there's anything in that. Let's get it through to the bench and have a look. And this, I think, is the remains of a barometer and a thermometer. I've got a few of those to repair, so I'm keeping those just for parts. We'll put them somewhere else, and let's see if we can get, well, keep working along this shelf to get it empty. Okay, it is empty, or at least it's nice and light, and it is a medicine chest. It's plastic, and it says whatever that says. I think that's German. I'll have to get Christine to read it for me, but I assume that would translate something like medic. Oh, can I work out those words? Don't know what Camenti means or how you pronounce it, but the medi certainly gives me a clue. So we'll open that in a second and see what it's like inside. We'll go and get that other box next to it, and the old bandages and things, because they will go with the medicine chest. Let's have a look in this. It says slide projector on the top, but I'm not sure if that's what's in it, and it is. It's a vintage slide projector. It's one of those old 50s era ones. Look at that. They're fantastic, these things. They always remind me of some sort of cannon or alien sort of ray gun or something. That's in really good condition. Hopefully it works. Trouble is, I don't know that you can get globes for them anymore, but they can go straight to the shop. Either way, whether it works or not, I don't need it here. It's going to the shop. But let's check out this medical gear first. Okay, so this is a plastic. Oh, it's got a key. It's vintage plastic construction. Oh, it's pretty dirty. Yeah, I don't really feel like washing that all up. It's got some drawers in the bottom. Now, it appears to be undamaged. I guess I really should wash it. I'll certainly get much better money for it if it's washed up. So I think I'll clean this up and I'll just fill it full of these vintage bandages and lots of old medical bits and pieces that we got in some recent unboxings. I forget now, there's a leucoplast. There's some unopened bandages here. Some really nice vintage packaging. So I think I'll clean this up. I'll put this stuff into it and we'll just sell it as a complete display unit at the shop. I don't know what price. I might get $50 for it. That might be asking too much, but it'll look cool in the shop. So I think we'll do that. I'll go and wash this up. I'll put this stuff in it and I'll show you that when we're done, because that will be boring for you guys to sit there and watch. And then next we'll check out this slide projector, plug it in and see what it does. Okay, let's get this slide projector back out of this box, and I just noticed it actually says working in pencil on the box. So let's hope it is. I don't remember where it came from. Probably from one of my cleanup jobs. It may have come in the e-waste. Unlikely. I don't remember getting anything like this dropped off as e-waste, but it has happened. The cord looks a little dodgy. It's the old rubber coated wiring, but it doesn't look like it's broken down, but it's not very safe. Bakelite plug in good condition. But yeah, the wiring, it really shouldn't have a section where there's no outer sheath. Anyway, it'll be okay to plug it in and test it if we're careful. Make sure the rest of the cord is undamaged. These cords with the rubber insulation on the wires can go very hard and brittle. This one feels okay. All right, the actual machine looks all right. There is a globe in it. Looks in pretty clean condition. I don't think they have a fan, these ones. I think they're just vented by convection. So the cooling fins are at the top. Will generate a fair bit of heat. Oh, there we go. That's in great condition. No rust to speak of. The globe, oh, the globe looks okay from what I can see. It's black on top, but it's supposed to be, and I can see the filament in there. I'm not sure if you can, but it looks intact. Interesting that it's got this slide mechanism. Oh no, it wasn't on an angle. It's just been spun round. Has a little carousel. Not a carousel, just the one slide in. Put one in that side. Take this one out. Put another one in. Back and forward like that. Excellent. Oh, actually, what are these for? Maybe you can put film through it as well. Interesting. So a couple of spools that you can wind. I do have some old spools of film that are supposed to go through a projector. I don't know how they, well, a proper, like a Super 8 projector. I don't know how they'd go through this. I'm not even sure if I've got any slides. We have a slide frame, but there's nothing in it. Yeah, it'd be nice to, oh, what's this? Is that aluminium cap supposed to go on the globe? It does fit. Don't know, I guess we'll leave it there. Well, next step is to plug it in and see if we have any illumination. Oh, we even have the book. Is that it? Braun camera, 35mm? No. This is a Eldis. So we have a booklet for a Braun camera, 35mm. Oh, there it is. Well, the booklet might have some value. Don't know what it's doing in here. All right, let's power it up. We probably should put the, oh, it doesn't matter. We'll power it up and see what happens. Shield your eyes. Okay, there we go. She works. Look at that. It's a shame I don't have a slide. I might have some somewhere. I'll have to go and have a look. I guess it's a focus. Let's put this back on because it probably needs it for airflow. And it's better on my eyes if that's covered up. Now I should have checked the earth before I started fiddling with things. And the appliance tester says that the earth is okay. All right, I'll turn it off for now. We'll go and find some slides, hopefully. So I haven't been able to find my slides. I've got some somewhere, but Christine found a box of her old slides that possibly came from her parents. So let's put one in and see what it does. Hopefully we don't melt it, but I think it's well enough away from the globe. Now sometimes you've got to put them in upside down. I'm just not sure. And we probably won't get much of a focus this close. Do we get a picture? Well, we do. But I don't think we can focus that close. Whoops, lens came out. All right, we might have to go and set it up in the studio and see if we can get a picture on the wall, because it needs to be much further away than this. Okay, let's try it in the studio. We have a nice blank wall. We'll put some power on. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, it's upside down. I thought that might have been the case. So we'll take it back out. And that's normally where the other one would show. And upside down, so we've got to go this way. Of course, they can always also be back to front. Righto, what do we got? So that looks like a scene. That's pretty much in focus, actually. What do we have to do? Oops, we don't want to turn it sideways. And that's getting worse. So that's not bad. I think we've probably got to move the table forward a little bit. So I think that's a scene in Germany. Christine said these are probably from her parents, and that would be somewhere in Germany. I don't know where. Good chance for me to, or good chance for Christine to go and have a look through these slides. She probably hasn't looked at them for forever. But there we go. The projector works. Fantastic. Who can remember a slide night at home? I remember the screen being much bigger. I don't know, perhaps our projector was more modern. These ones might only do the small image. But I remember as a kid the excitement of having a slide night when all the relatives came out and you turned the lights off and fired up the old projector, and someone would have the control and go through them. And after about the first half a dozen slides, it became rather boring because everyone was talking about Uncle Bill's 21st or Auntie Mary's wedding or something that you didn't remember. And after a while, half an hour of a slide night seemed like 5 hours. It was boring, but it was kind of, you know, that's what you did back then. Slides were all the go in the 50s and 60s. I better turn this off in case we, or perhaps we'll pull the slide out. Let's put another one in quickly, and I'll go and show Christine and she can do a bit of reminiscing, and I'll go and do some other work perhaps. Righto, how do we go? Upside down again, yep. Let's turn that around the other way. And we have another scene, looks like snow, so somewhere pretty cold. But a standard giveaway sign shape, is that the same all around the world? An upside down triangle for a giveaway sign. All right, that'll do for now. I'd like to find my slides and have a look at them, but I won't bore you with them. Back at the workbench now, and I've cleaned up the medical cabinet and added all the vintage supplies, and it looks great. It's a fantastic display now. We have lots of bandages and some cotton wool and various other products. And I think there's even a glass thermometer or two in there. So it makes a nice display, sort of age appropriate. And I did check with Christine, and the cabinet, I'll have to close the drawers. The cabinet is labelled in German, however you pronounce that, which basically means medical or medicine. So there we go. It's a nice complete unit. I think we'll ask $50 for that as a display. See how we go. The projector is a really nice piece, and I didn't realise we had the original box for it. This actually is an Eldest product. So they were made in Birmingham, England, 1950s or so, around about similar era to the medicine cabinet, maybe that's 60s. It is a plastic, but it's an earlier type plastic, almost like a Bakelite, although I don't think it is. And the other little camera instructions or brochure is about 50s as well. So there we go. Mid-century wonderfulness, lovely old character. I do like this stuff, particularly the styling of these old projectors. They look awesome. So we shall add some really interesting stuff to the shop. Nothing's staying here, which means we're cleaning up some space, which is awesome. Let's have a look at the notepad. I wrote down a few prices. I thought we'd go $50 on the medical cabinet and contents, $40 on the projector. We could probably ask a bit more given that it goes, and $5 for that brochure, or it actually is more like an instruction booklet. So $95 today. Last week with the clock, I actually forgot to mention a price. I thought we'd go $175, and you may have heard it when we were looking at the projector in the studio. You may have heard it ticking in the background. It's still hanging on the wall, ticking away from last week. So I've got to get that in the shop, along with this stuff. So thanks for watching another episode, guys. Our grand total of the emergency storage shed is now up to $31,380, and it keeps climbing, and we keep finding good stuff, and we keep finding space once we've been there, which is great. We'll catch you in the next episode. I appreciate you watching. Bye for now.